Hello and welcome back to Canuck Park Hopper. I'm Scott, and who would have thunk we'd be discussing our first HHN 35 spec map before 2025 actually comes to a close? Yesterday was Christmas, and all of us Horror Nights fans were blessed with the best gift ever. The very first spec map for next year's event. Horror Nights Nightmares put out a Christmas-themed spec map on Christmas Day, and we could not be more excited to go over it all with you. Here's the map, and as you can see, it is very Christmas coded. We can see our houses in green, our scare zones in red, and our shows in orange. From the looks of it, we have 8 speculation photos to go over, all for our houses. The presents, which are on 2 of our houses, all 4 scare zones, and the 2 shows, are just generic symbols at the moment, so there's no hints there. But those 8 houses to go over are more than enough of a Christmas present. Let's take a look at all the photos given, and we'll see what we can figure out. We'll start here in the bottom left. Our first house, located in Soundstage 22, has a picture of an elf that got hit by a jack-in-the-box. For any HHN fan, this one should be pretty obvious as it looks like it will be a Jack the Clown house. With HHN 35 being an anniversary year, it would be no surprise to see Jack making an appearance. And I'm hoping that he brings another icon along with him. The fact that there are 2 figures in this spec photo has me hoping that this could be a Jack versus Oddfellow house. In HHN lore, Jack and Oddfellow are arch nemeses, but they have never appeared in an event together. Could HHN 35 give all of us Horror Nights fans the lore that we've always wanted? Next, in Soundstage 23A, we have a grandfather clock. Actually, we have an upside-down grandfather clock. This one just screams Stranger Things. HHN has had some amazing Stranger Things houses over the years, and with the final episode of the whole series airing in just over a week, it would really be no surprise to see a final conclusive house for the whole series. I have loved the houses that they've had, both in Hollywood and in Orlando for Stranger Things, so this one has me very excited. In Soundstage 23B, we have a pincushion. Since the end of HHN 34, there has been a persistent rumor that Hellraiser could actually be coming to HHN 35, and this picture now just adds fuel to that fire. Pinhead has never had an HHN house before, even though it's an IP that would make a great house. So could this be the year that we finally give Hellraiser some love? I'm ready for it. Next, Soundstage 24B shows a picture of eggnog. I had no idea what this could be, but someone on Reddit made a slightly far-fetched guess, but I liked it. They related eggnog to Derry, which is a homophone of Derry as in Derry, Maine, which is the location of It. And what came out this year? Welcome to Derry, the TV show, the prequel to It. Honestly, I would love an It or Welcome to Derry house. Pennywise is just such an incredible horror icon. He would be great in a house. If this rumor is real, I could really see this house being a huge contender for House of the Year. Our next clue is for the Fast and Furious queue. This one is a picture of what appears to be a wolf in a Santa hat. My first thought when I saw this picture was the big bad wolf in the 3 Little Pigs, which led me think to potentially another Scary Tales house. It's funny because I thought Gulkin last year from its speculation photo was going to be a Scary Tales house, so if I just keep guessing Scary Tales, at some point it's gotta be right, right? It's been a while since we've actually had a Scary Tales house, so I could see an anniversary year being the year that they do bring it back in some form. The other property that this could be is Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Though the picture looks like a wolf to me, it could be a fox. Okay, this one might be a little bit of a stretch, but Five Nights at Freddy's was such a popular house at HHN 34, I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to bring it back this year for the second movie that just came out. The only thing is, I can't see how they would make it that different from last year's house. I don't know if that matters. I'm not a huge game fan. I watched the second movie, but I half paid attention, but it's just kind of seemed like more of the same, which is fine if you're a fan, but it wouldn't be anything new really that they would bring to the table. But it drew the crowds last year and it probably would draw the crowds again. Now let's move over to the tents. Tent 4 shows a picture of what I can only assume are some cigarettes being lit by a lighter. This one had me stumped, but the people on Reddit came up with a couple good ideas that I could see. They came up with 2 IPs of movies that came out this year that both kind of had to do with smoking. One being cigars, one being cigarettes. The cigar one had people thinking it could be a sinner's house. The cigarettes, potentially a Black Phone 2. If it were up to me, I would prefer a Black Phone 2 house. I think that movie was made to be a Horror Nights house. It had very cool set pieces that could make very cool walkthroughs. It's basically written to be an AC house, which is awesome. And I personally love the grabber. I'm probably going to get ragged for this, but I am one of the few people that actually did not like the Sinners movie. I found it quite boring overall, and I don't see how that would translate into a good HHN house. There weren't many great sets. It would all just take place in the bar, I guess. Vampires are cool, but if it were up to me, I prefer to see Black Phone 2 over Sinners. Tent 3 shows a picture of a 3-dial lock. Again, I turned to Reddit because this one had me totally stumped, and someone made a great guess on this one. I'm not a gamer, so I had no idea about this, but apparently an almost identical lock was shown in Resident Evil 2. And wouldn't you know it, there is a brand new Resident Evil film that is supposed to come out in 2026. This would coincide perfectly with HHN 35. Again, me not being a gamer, I don't know too much about it. I've seen, I think, the first movie. It is very cool, though. I would be very hyped to see this come to HHN 35. And our last picture is for Tent 2, which shows a skull hand in the rock-on position. If I had to guess, I would think that this would be a musical tie-in house. The last time we had a musical tie-in house in Orlando was for The Weeknd, which was a very fun house. I wasn't sure how they were going to turn The Weeknd into like a horror house, but it was very well done. It was creepy. It was fun. I enjoyed it. The music was obviously good. So I wouldn't mind seeing another artist put their input in for a new house. There were rumors last year that they were going to have a Lady Gaga house. And let's be real, as a gay guy, I would be fine with a Lady Gaga house. But I'm sure I would love whatever they bring. This one, though, could also be another Slaughter Cinema 2 property getting the full house treatment. Last year we had Hatchet and Chains, which was actually one of my favorite houses of the whole year. Another B movie that was featured alongside Hatchet and Chains in Slaughter Cinema 2 from HHN 33 was Heavy Metal Hell, which featured dead rockers. I think this could be a very fun house. It's funny too because the entirety of HHN 33 was actually based off Heavy Metal Hell with the rock aesthetic. So I could see this getting its own house now. And there you have it. There are 8 speculations for what could be coming to HHN 35. Now, we are so early on, we're basically 9 months away. Any of this could change. It doesn't matter. Nothing's locked in. But it is fun to get these spec maps. I'm really happy that Horror Nights Nightmares put this out again for us at Christmas time to give us horror fans something to get us excited for next year's event already. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think I got any of these right? Do you think I am totally out to lunch on some of them? What ideas did you have that I missed? Let me know, and I would love to discuss it with you. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more HHN content coming up. We know it'll be accelerating as we get further and further on into 2026. Also, if you want more theme park content, please follow me on Instagram at Canuck Park Hopper. And I'll see you in the fog.